One of the questions that I get asked quite often is, Pastor Bob, aren't you lonely? And I can understand why people might think that way. I've been single all of my life, never been married. And a lot of people equate singleness with being lonely, and a lot of unmarried people are. I'm not. I've learned that there's a big difference between being alone and loneliness. I'm alone a lot of the time. I don't mind that. I kind of enjoy that, actually. But my life is very full. I have significant people, significant events, significant ministry, significant family in my life. It makes my life very full. And there are some things that, well, I know that I'm missing from marriage that I'm sure I would enjoy. But my life hasn't been a wash because of it, and yours isn't either. There are a lot of very lonely people who are married, honestly. Sometimes marriage can be a difficult thing and a very lonely thing for some people. And there are people like me on the other side who are not married, who are not lonely. Now, I find personally that if I spend a lot of time around people, I need to be alone for a while. It's the times that I have by myself that give me the strength for the time that I spend with people. And I have a pretty hectic schedule. I work, well, more hours than I should, and my life is very full. People all the time, whether it's live, sitting in a situation like this one, my office at Starbucks, or or Skyping or FaceTime or whatever it might be. I spend a lot of time with people, and I enjoy that. It isn't that you're alone, that you're unmarried, or that you spend time alone. It's what you do with your time that you could be spending with people as well. It's what you do with the how should I say, the balance in your life. Because a lot of people are out of balance as it comes to relationship. Some people want to be alone, but they don't want to be lonely. And that's a problem. you know, there is a season for everything. There's a time to be alone, and some people are never alone. Just talking to a friend that's in another country right now where there's so many people around him, and he said, there's no time to be by myself. There's no time to just sit and think for myself. There are constantly people around every single minute of the day, even when he's sleeping. That would be a problem, wouldn't it? And it's a problem for some of you. Too many people around and you don't have enough time for you. And then there are many of you who are the other side of that, the other end of the spectrum, where you're spending way too much time alone, and you need to have some significant relationships that take away the loneliness, but you can continue to be alone sometimes too, which is me. I make sure that I have people that balance me, people that know me pretty well, that aren't afraid to speak into my life and aren't afraid to tell me what I need to hear. We all need that, don't we? And then I make sure that I have people that I enjoy being with, that I go to the movies with or whatever. People that I know are going to always be there, always understand me, always be part of my life. And I feel blessed. I have people, friends that I've had for 30, 40 years and more that are still a significant part of my life. So, it's a really important thing, folks, that we understand this balance between being alone and being lonely. And I hope you're figuring it out. I hope all of you who are feeling lonely understand that it's not necessarily that you're alone sometimes. It's the significant relationships and the things that are going on in your life that make a difference. Can I suggest 3 things? Significant relationships, significant ministry, significant family. Why do I separate relationships and family? Because family is a different kind of relationship. And many of you are lonely because you're estranged from your family, or maybe your family isn't close to you, or whatever it might be. Begin to make roads there, bridges there. Begin to let your family back into your life. Family is so important. And some of you say, well, my family's very toxic. Then you have to be sure that you set boundaries for your family, but don't just shut them out. And then relationships, significant relationships, people that you can speak into their lives and they can speak into yours, people who are understanding, people who will encourage you, not discourage you. And then ministry, being able to give your heart away to other people, very important as well. So those things. And of course, we can't forget passion, can we? You have to be passionate about things that you do and find those things that you're passionate about. That's what makes my life full. That's why I'm not lonely, even though a lot of the time I'm alone. God bless you. Have a great day.